Some people become invisible before they even turn 18. Not because they want to disappear, but because the world stops looking, stops asking, stops caring. Lily was 17 when she learned what it meant to be nobody, until a stranger at a laundromat saw her and refused to look away. Lily used to love Saturdays. They were pancake mornings. Her mom would make them from scratch, the kind that took forever because she'd let Lily crack the eggs and measure the flour, even when it made a mess. Her little brother would sit at the table, legs swinging, arguing about which cartoon they'd watch while they ate. It was loud, chaotic, perfect. Their apartment was small. 2 bedrooms in a building where the heat didn't always work and the neighbors were too loud. But it was theirs. Family photos on the fridge. Her brother's drawings taped to the walls. A couch that sagged in the middle but somehow fit all 3 of them during movie nights. Lily was good at school. Not perfect, but good. She liked English class. Liked the way stories could take you somewhere else for a while. Her teacher, Mrs. Chun, told her she had potential. Said she should think about college. College felt like a dream, but it was a nice dream to have. Her mom worked 2 jobs. Morning shift at the diner, evening shift cleaning office buildings. She came home tired, smelling like coffee and lemon cleaner. But she always asked about Lily's day, always helped her brother with his homework. They didn't have much, but they had each other. Then her mom got sick. It started with fatigue, then coughing that wouldn't stop, then doctor visits that turned into more tests, more bills. The diagnosis came in February. Stage 3. Treatment was expensive. The kind of expensive that swallows everything. The second job wasn't enough anymore. Nothing was enough. By April, they were behind on rent. By May, her mom couldn't work at all. Lily watched her mother fade in ways that had nothing to do with the illness. Watched the light go out of her eyes every time another bill arrived. Every time the landlord called. Her brother stopped drawing pictures. And the apartment, their home, started to feel like a place they were borrowing. A place they'd have to give back soon. Her mother died on a Tuesday in late June. Quietly, in a hospital room that smelled like antiseptic and sadness. Lily held her hand. Her brother cried. And then they were alone. Social services came 3 days later. A woman with kind eyes and a clipboard explained that Lily was still a minor, that her brother needed to go into foster care, that they'd try to keep them together, but couldn't make promises. "What about me?" Lily asked. "You're 17, almost an adult. The system is complicated for teenagers your age. We'll find you temporary placement." But Lily stopped listening. She knew what "but" meant. Her brother was placed with a family in another county. Good people, they said. They promised Lily could visit. But visits required transportation. Money. Time. Things she didn't have. Lily spent 2 weeks in a group home that smelled like bleach and resignation. Then she left. Just walked out one morning and didn't go back. She couldn't explain why. Maybe because staying felt like admitting this was her life now. Maybe because she couldn't breathe inside those walls. She took what fit in her backpack. Clothes, her mom's old sweater, a photo of the 3 of them from a birthday party years ago. And just like that, she became invisible. People don't see homeless teenagers the same way they see homeless adults. They see runaways, troublemakers, kids who made bad choices. They don't see grief, or fear, or someone who's trying not to disappear completely. Lily learned to move quietly. She'd sleep in the park when the weather was warm, hidden behind the maintenance shed where security lights didn't reach. She'd wash up in public restrooms, changed clothes in bathroom stalls, kept her hair pulled back so it didn't look as dirty as it felt. She looked for work, any work, but every application asked for an address, a phone number, an emergency contact, references. She had none of these things. "Sorry, sweetie," one manager said, not meeting her eyes. "We need someone more stable." Stable. She used to be stable. She used to have a home and a family and Saturday pancakes. Now she had a backpack and a photo she was afraid to look at because it hurt too much. Hunger became a constant companion. Not the kind that comes and goes with meals. The kind that lives in your stomach and makes your head fuzzy. Makes you tired in a way that sleep doesn't fix. She'd linger outside restaurants, hoping someone would leave food on their plate. She'd check vending machines for forgotten change. She'd count pennies like they were treasures. Some days she made enough for a granola bar. Some days she didn't. The library became her refuge during the day. She'd sit in the corner with a book and pretend she was just a normal kid doing homework. The librarians didn't ask questions, didn't make her leave, but the library closed at 6. And then the night would come. Long, cold, endless. She'd think about her brother, wonder if he was okay, if his new family was kind, if he missed her. She'd think about her mom, the way she used to hum while making pancakes, the way she'd kiss Lily's forehead and say, "You're gonna do amazing things, baby." Lily didn't feel amazing. She felt like she was disappearing. One night, she found herself standing on a bridge, watching cars pass below. She wasn't thinking about jumping. She was just thinking about how easy it would be to stop fighting, to stop pretending she could survive this, to just let go. It was raining the night she hit bottom. Not a gentle rain. The kind that soaks through everything and makes you wonder if you'll ever be warm again. Lily sat under an overpass, knees pulled to her chest, shivering. Her backpack was damp. Her mom's sweater, the one thing that still smelled faintly like home, was wet and cold against her skin. She hadn't eaten in 2 days, hadn't spoken to another person in longer. And she realized, sitting there in the dark with rain hammering the concrete above her, she didn't know how to keep going, didn't know what she was fighting for anymore. She was 17 years old, and she was so tired, not just physically, tired of being invisible, tired of being afraid, tired of surviving. She closed her eyes and thought about her mom, and wondered if dying felt like finally getting to rest. She didn't die that night. She just survived, because that's what bodies do, even when the heart isn't sure it wants to anymore. When the rain stopped, she walked. Nowhere in particular. Just walked because sitting still hurt too much. She found herself outside a 24-hour laundromat. Bright lights. Warm air coming through the door. She went inside, not to wash clothes, just to be warm for a little while. The laundromat was nearly empty. An older man folding towels. A young couple waiting for their dryer to finish. And a woman, maybe 40, dark hair pulled back in a ponytail, wearing scrubs like she'd just come from a hospital shift. Lily sat in the plastic chair furthest from everyone, tried to make herself small, invisible. The woman looked over once, then twice. Lily tensed, waiting for the inevitable. The suspicious looks, the whispered call to security, the "you can't be here." But the woman just went back to folding her laundry. 10 minutes passed. Then the woman walked over. Lily braced herself. "Hey," the woman said softly. "I'm about to grab some food from the diner next door. You hungry?" "Hey," the woman said softly. "I'm about to grab some food from the diner next door. You hungry?" Lily stared at her. "What?" "I'm buying. No strings. Just, you look like you could use a meal." Lily's throat tightened. "I don't have any money." "I'm not asking you for money, sweetheart. I'm asking if you're hungry." Lily felt something break inside her. "Yes," she whispered. The woman smiled. Not pity, just kindness. "Come on then." They walked to the 24-hour diner. Sat in a booth by the window. The woman ordered without fuss. 2 burgers, fries, milkshakes. "I'm Diane," she said. "Lily." "Nice to meet you, Lily." Diane didn't ask invasive questions. Didn't demand Lily's story. She just talked. About her shift at the hospital. About her dog who was afraid of thunder. About how she always craved diner food after long nights. When the food came, Lily stared at it. "It's okay," Diane said gently. "Eat." Lily picked up the burger with shaking hands. And when she took the first bite, she started crying. She couldn't stop. Diane didn't say anything. Just pushed a napkin across the table and waited. "I'm sorry," Lily managed. "Don't be. I just haven't. I can't." "I know," Diane said quietly. "I know." After Lily ate, slowly, savoring every bite like it might be her last, Diane leaned forward. "Lily, where are you staying?" Lily looked down. "Around. You're on the street." It wasn't a question. Lily nodded. Diane was quiet for a moment. Then she pulled out her phone. "I volunteer at a youth shelter downtown. It's not fancy, but it's safe. Warm. They don't ask a lot of questions. And they can help you figure out next steps: school, work, housing. Whatever you need." "I don't. You don't have to decide right now," Diane said. "But I'm going to write down the address. And my number. If you need anything, food, help, just someone to talk to, you call me. Okay?" Lily took the paper with trembling hands. "Why are you doing this?" Diane smiled sadly. "Because someone did it for me once. When I was 19 and thought I was out of options. A stranger bought me dinner and told me I mattered. Changed my whole life." She reached across the table and squeezed Lily's hand. "You matter, Lily, even if it doesn't feel like it right now." Lily sat in that booth long after Diane paid and left. The piece of paper in her hand felt impossibly heavy, and impossibly light. For the first time in months, someone had seen her, really seen her, not as a problem, not as invisible, as a person, as someone worth a burger and kindness and a phone number written in neat handwriting. She cried again, but this time felt different, like something breaking open instead of just breaking. Lily went to the shelter the next morning. She was terrified, but she went. The staff were kind. They gave her a bed, clean clothes, a hot shower that she stood under until the water ran cold. They helped her re-enroll in school, connected her with a social worker who specialized in emancipated minors, helped her apply for a part-time job at a bookstore. It wasn't easy. There were nights she wanted to run. Nights she felt like a burden. Nights she didn't think she'd make it. But Diane kept her promise. She checked in, texted every few days, met Lily for coffee once a week. Never intrusive, just present, reminding Lily she wasn't alone. Slowly, so slowly, Lily started to believe she had a future. She finished high school in the spring, got accepted to community college with financial aid, got her own studio apartment, tiny, but hers. On move-in day, Diane helped her carry boxes up the stairs. "I'm so proud of you," Diane said. Lily hugged her, held on tight. "Thank you," she whispered, "for seeing me." "Always," Diane whispered back. Lily is 22 now. She's studying social work. She wants to help kids like her, the ones who fall through the cracks, the ones the system forgets. She volunteers at the same shelter that saved her life. And sometimes, when she meets a scared teenager with nowhere to go, she takes them to that same diner, orders them a burger and fries, and tells them they matter, because that's what Diane taught her. That kindness doesn't have to be complicated. Sometimes it's just seeing someone, sitting with them, believing in them when they can't believe in themselves. Lily learned that one small act can change everything, not because it solves all problems, but because it reminds you that you're human, that you're worth saving, that someone cares. So here's what I want to ask you. Who around you is invisible? Who's struggling in silence, too afraid or ashamed to ask for help? Maybe it's a classmate who's always alone, a coworker who's been quieter than usual, a young person in your community who seems lost. Kindness doesn't require money. It requires attention, compassion, the willingness to see people others ignore. If the story moved you, share it with someone who needs to hear it today. And if you've ever been helped by a stranger or been that stranger for someone else, leave a comment below. Let's remind each other that kindness is real, that it matters, that it changes lives. Subscribe to see more stories that restore your faith in humanity. Because every person you see, every act of kindness you offer, could be the thing that saves someone's life.